Hello, this is a video response contest entry into HorrorGal's 1,000 subscriber contest. Congrats to her. It's not an easy thing to do, and especially in such a short period of time. Honestly, I think it's going to be another 10 years before I hit 1,000 subscribers, but hey, I think she's done it in less than a year, so congrats to her. I wish I could manage to pull that off. And for her contest, I will post, again, like I always do, link to her channel as well as the contest video down below. Click on them, tell them I said hi, and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, good luck if you enter into the contest. I think you have until the end of March, so plenty of time. Now, she wants a must-see film, horror film, preferably. I'm guessing, though, she did kind of specify that it didn't have to be horror, though, you know, she's the horror gal. You'd think you're gonna have to go horror, right? And I mean, there's tons of them out there. I mean, I could go with a whole bunch. I could go with really popular ones. I could go with less popular ones. I could go with something a little bit, you know, unknown that I think is a must-see. Or I could go with my favorite films, which, you know, everybody seems to know about. And instead, I decided to go kind of down the middle. A film that most people, well, not most, but a lot of people know, a lot of people have seen, and for the most part, all think it's a great film. And I'm picking it, A, because I also think it's a great film. B, it combines sci-fi and horror together, which is probably one of my favorite subgenres, the sci-fi horror, you know, gender blender. And it's Canadian. And that is the film Cube. Cube, yes. It's directed by the great Vincenzo Natali, you know, the guy behind Splice. And unfortunately, you know what, he's sort of gone the way to television lately. He's done, you know, like, I think he did a episode of Hemlock Grove and Orphan Black, a whole bunch of stuff from Hannibal, and some of The Strain. And I'm kind of hoping he, you know, get back to doing some movies, buddy, like, because I love what you do. I absolutely love it. I mean, whether very little budget or, you know, a lot more money like Splice, both films up there in terms of films I love. Now, with Cube here, which spawned 2 sequels, Cube 2, Hypercube, and then Cube 3, I believe, is a prequel, but I haven't seen it yet. I'm dying to see it, and I haven't seen it yet. Apparently it sucks, but that's not the point. In Cube, it's essentially a puzzle, a maze, a trap, if you will, where a bunch of people wake up and they're inside of a cube, and they realize, you know, it's a cube, right? So it's got 6 sides, and each side has a door, and you can go out through the door, and when you go out through the door, you end up in another cube. And some of the cubes have traps in them, some of them don't, some of them do different things, and essentially these, you know, these prisoners, in a sense, who are trapped in this cube world, have to decide whether they're going to work together or not. And the film really, on top of being, you know, horror and sci-fi and mixing, being really, really weird, is a definite study of human nature, you know, the urge for survival, of being a good human being or being a selfish human being, that kind of stuff. You know, there's a lot of films that deal with that kind of subject. Some of them do it really, really well. Others not so much. I think Cube does a really good job of dealing with that. And it is very much a drama in terms of character studies and how people interact. while at the same time being this mystery of the cube and who are these people, why are they here, how did they get there, what is going on, you know, and still trying to figure out, you know, can you get out, are they trapped forever, what's happening, how does this thing work. And of course, as the story unfolds, you do learn a little bit more about it and who these people are and what the cube is. But it's all done very tastefully, very entertaining, and it's very smart. And that's one of the things I really love about the film. And what I think is genius is the cube. It's one set. It's essentially 5. I think it was 5 of the 6 walls were made, plus a secondary section so you could see through it sometimes. But that was it, and it was like on a sound stage, and you know, you could shoot it, and because it's always the same no matter which way, you can play around with it, you know, have people come in different entrances, and as long as you get your cameras and your angles right, it works, right? And so I thought that was absolutely brilliant. How do you create a low budget film and make it work and seem, you know, bigger than it really is? One location. How do you make that one location seem like multiple locations? You make it into a cube, right? Like, you know, you can go from one side to the other, and each cube is different but the same. You know, change the lighting a little bit, boom, you've got a different colored cube. It's amazing. It's just such simple work with lighting and camera to create a world, like a full-on world. And then the rest is, you know, what kind of traps, what do these different cubes do? Do they do anything? Do they not do anything? You know, it's just a matter of telling your story from that point on. A cube is just an amazing feat that is just, it's smart, it's brilliant, and honestly, I remember reading it, I think it was in Fangoria was where I read about it, and I was like, that sounds awesome. And then, you know, I probably within a month went out and picked up the DVD, maybe even a week, maybe it was that day, I don't know, I don't remember, it's been a while. But I watched it and I was like, this is an amazing movie. This is so good. I mean, it has Julian Richings in it, who I love, even though he's not, you know, one of the main characters, but I love that he's in there, and just the acting isn't perfect for everybody, but it's good enough to drive the story home. And so you have a mixture of good acting, a little bit of great acting, and some okay acting, and when you put it all together, it seems believable. And that's one of the problems when you have such a, you know, simple and closed space, is that you run the risk of overacting, trying to make more of the situation, more of the world than is really there, and you come across as campy almost. And Cube does not do that. It manages to come across very, very well. So that's why I'm choosing Cube, the sci-fi horror gender blender mix-up from the great Vincenzo Natali. Come on, do some more movies. But yeah, so there you go. That is my breakdown on Cube. I don't usually want to do reviews on here, but I do reviews, so I don't know why I say that. Anyways, yeah, so congrats to HorrorGal hitting 1,000 subs. That's awesome. Again, like I said, link down below to her channel as well as the contest video. Yeah, good luck to all those who enter. Till next video, take care. Have a good one.